Good morning and welcome to the ADS Securities Markets Update. Today we'll start our video with a look at the latest economic releases from the US, which were released during yesterday's trading with the shocking and weaker figures. Beginning with the building permits. The building permits also unexpectedly fell by 4.2% in June, despite the fact that the economists were optimistic, saying that the estimates were to rise by 3%. The most shocking figure has come from the housing start, as it suddenly and shockingly crashed by 9.3% in June, while the expectation were to rise by 1.9%. Furthermore, May figures were revised down to 0.99 million instead of 1 million. And this is the second consecutive monthly decline and the largest monthly decline as of January. This weakness also remains within our expectation. After these figures were released from the beginning of the second quarter until today, the US GDP for the second quarter is unlikely to be above 2.5%. These percentages are also far from the markets and the Federal Reserve targets, which are above 3%. In the first quarter, at this point in time, the answer was the bad weather. What's the reason behind the continuous weakness this time? What will be the next excuse the next few weeks? It should answer these questions. As for the Asian session today, there were no economic releases during this session, while there are only one economic figures will be released during the European session. The Eurozone current account surplus may rise to 24.3 billion euros in May, which would be the highest since March, up from 21.5 billion euros in April. As for the US session, we will be focusing also on some inflation figures from Canada. The CPI is expected to rise by 0.1% in June, comparing to a rise of 0.5%, while the core CPI may decline by 0.1% compared to the same rise of 0.5% during the same period. Furthermore, the wholesale sales in Canada may rise by 0.7% in June, comparing to a rise of 1.2%, which would be the second monthly increase in a row. Finally, in the US, the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index is anticipated also to rise slightly to 83.5 in July, which would be the highest since July of last year, up from 82.5 in June. This is it for today. You can follow us on our social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to get the latest economic releases, reports, and analysis. I'll see you again next week. Have a good weekend.